Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. The world premiere engagement of the new musical comedy The Last Supper will take place at SOPAC in South Orange from July 27th through August 7th. And we drop by New 42 to bring you a sneak peek and a chat with three of the show's stars, Charlotte D'Amboise, Mark Evans, and Alex Newell. I am so excited, Charlotte, to be sitting with you here at New 42.
Yay, we love this place.
Okay, how does it feel to be back, like in rehearsal again at New 42?
Yeah, it feels great. It feels great. It feels like the city's coming alive again. It's definitely different. I feel like it's a different world, you know? But it's nice. It's nice to be in rehearsal. It's nice to be with the actors. You know, acting. Yeah. It's so silly sometimes, but there we are, you know, killing each other, and it's just great.
Working with this cast.
I know. Very different kind of group of people that I'm used to working with. And I didn't know any of them. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I really didn't know any of them. My stuff is it's a little separate from them, so I feel like we need some really good bonding time. We haven't had the chance yet, but because we're all memorizing lines, but they've had their time. I see them on Instagram. They're all playing, and I'm like, I'm not part of that. I don't know.
You're in the other room with your choreographer, Lauren Lataro, trying to work out these big numbers. Like, what's that been like working with her?
Oh, well, I love her. Lauren and I did a chorus line way back when. She covered like 3 parts, and she also covered Cassie because she was multi-talented. She could dance. She's such a gorgeous dancer. So she covered three roles, and I think she went on a lot for Val. But yeah, so that's when I first met her, and she was not a choreographer then, but she was always so interested in. She's like she was writing scripts and screenplays, and she was always interested in other things, directing, choreographing. She was always that person, very, very cerebral, smart, and and brilliant. So but I've never worked with her on this side of, in this situation. So it's been fun. It's been fun. It's fun because she's a friend, so we love that.
What are you enjoying the most? I know it's a quick process and everything else of doing a new musical, but what are you enjoying the most?
What I enjoy is rehearsing, which I feel like I'm not getting enough of. I'm the type of person that just like wants to run things, I come from that old school with some of those. But I like the acting stuff, because the dancing and singing is hard. And it's easier now to just sit down and talk, and I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about my voice. I don't have to worry about my body. So I love that. To me, that's always been that way with me, though. It's always the most interesting is the script and the dialogue. That excites me the most.
Yeah. Let's raise a glass and drink to you for boldly spouting truths that no one wants you to a guy who doesn't care if people hate his guts and ass, an iconoclast,
a renegade,
a dogged snake in the grass. You don't scoff at what they're saying as you clink your crystal chalice and your boot. Let's raise a glass. Whenever I get a new material or a new musical on my desk, I listen to the music first or read the music first because that is what has its own personality and storytelling in there, even before you read the script.
Okay, so when you read the script, talk about what you loved about this new musical and the role you play.
It was very different than anything that I've ever played before. So it's nice to see dry humor rather than just funny humor, over-the-top laughter, what I'm really good at.
How can you describe who you play so far without giving too much away?
I play me, and that's it.
That's what you're going to tell me?
Yes, I play me, and that is it. I am so dry. My comedy is so dry, everyone. Like my vocal cords most days.
I love it. How does it feel to be back like in a rehearsal room with working on a brand new musical with this incredible cast?
It's a lot. It's like riding a bike sometimes. It's really like that. And like putting your thinking cap on and trying to be creative. And it's like being in a kitchen. Truly. Riding a bike in a kitchen. This cast is phenomenal. Charlotte's wonderful. Matthew's brilliant. Megan, Palm, Wes, Alan, everybody is really good at what they do, and it's nice to see people that are really great at their craft be great.
How excited are you to be working on a new musical in general? I mean, they're very rare.
They are very rare. It's nice. I'm a revival queen. But working on the musical, it's nice. It's refreshing. You get to put your own DNA into it. You're not trying to there's no expectations to put new life into it. You're just putting life into it, which is always a blessing. New pages all the time. That's the only downfall of making a new musical. Nothing. So if something doesn't work, you get new pages, and you're just like, wait, I already learned a whole nother 3 pages ago. So that's the hardest part. I chalk it up. Remember, King Kong was on the Broadway. Now, Auntie's telling stories. King Kong was on the Broadway, and my friend Christiane Pitts was Anne, or Anime. And so she said she got new pages in previews, but it was with the puppet. And I said, baby, it's a puppet. You're not waiting for cue lines. All it's going to do is grunt. Make something up. Make anything up. What's it going to do? Sniff at you? Okay, good. So if I make anything up, I go back to that moment.
Let's raise our glass and share the love. Together we'll drink to your health or to your laughter.
It's really not my style to be this sappy and cliche, but I feel like we'll be thick as thieves until my dying day.
There's no better consummation as the evening's culmination comes to pass. You're most rightfully deserving of the nightcap that we're serving. Pleasure cup, bottoms up.
It's wonderful. I've been wanting a sort of a real challenging job like this for some time, and I play 11 different people in this show. Lots of costume changes, real differences in like physicality and accents and ages and genders, and I get to represent a huge spectrum of humanity, and it's awesome. It's really fun.
What's the biggest thrill of working on a new musical? Because they're so rare.
For me, the biggest thrill of working on a new show is the collaboration. I think it really reminds me that what we do is art. To take something that doesn't exist and create something, and just be okay with failing and then figuring things out. I love problem solving in a very safe environment. I feel like Howard, our producer, has brought together a really, really respectful, like collaborative, hugely talented team. It's amazing.
What do you hope audiences take away after seeing The Last Supper?
I think there's a really strong message to be delivered in this show, and it's delivered through comedy. You know, Jerry Zaks actually said when an audience laughs, they laugh and they laugh and they laugh and they fall in love with you. And then they are actually able to listen, you know what I mean? Then they actually are able to take home a message. And there's a really important message with this, is that we just need to be a little more open-minded and inclusive when it comes to where we're at in the political climate and as a country.
And it's all told through musical comedy.
It's all told through musical comedy with big costumes and like awesome music. Like Jeff and Jeremy have done a fantastic job on the score and the book. And they're so willing to kill their darlings, do you know what I mean? They're not precious about anything. They are willing to be really collaborative and take an idea and realize that it doesn't work, and they'll make an adjustment and they'll come in with something even better. It's really exciting to see it.
Just so you know, because you were commenting, even though I don't have them tied up, my LaDuca shoes that are Rochelle Rack, I think these are hers, and they're my favorite. They're my favorite. I hope that I have the right shoe with the right name, but I love you.
You call them Sass, don't you?
I call her Sass, and I call these shoes Sass. But these shoes, like, they fit, and they're pretty, kind of, you know, for shoes, for dance shoes.
Pretty and sassy.
And I can dance in them.
Yeah.